For more on today's matchup, I'm joined by CBSN political contributor Leslie Sanchez, along with Vox senior correspondent Liz Plank. Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Big day today, big day today. So first, Leslie, based on the math here, I mean, the question is, Donald Trump is probably not going to clinch a nomination here. And do you think that this alliance, this Krusik, as they're calling it, is going to be enough to stop him from rolling to it eventually when we get to some of the other states?
I really doubt that. That's what the challenge is. I think the reality, the sober reality that many Republicans are facing, as this is a train that's just too far gone and getting too difficult to slow down. And I think the issue isn't the math on the Trump side. The issue is the math on the Cruz side, that after today it becomes mathematically impossible for him to achieve kind of any big blowout that he was looking for. And it's going to be another momentous defeat for the non-Trump campaign.
But if he does really well today, the momentum, could that not carry him into Indiana and he takes Indiana and then it's fairly clear a path to the nomination after you get those Midwest states?
Things to look for tonight is the fact that all the resources are going into exactly that scenario. This is really, I think the last battlefield is certainly going to be in Indiana, but this is lining up against that. All the money, the dollars, the social media, the campaigns are joined together. Forces they should have done back when Governor Romney made his kind of anti-Trump message. It's several months too late, but right now it's a convergence to see if it makes any difference. In the states particularly, because they're really positioning for Indiana, it's not going to have the impact now. You have to assume they have money, time, and media coverage to even get to where their strategy is in next week.
All right. So let me ask you, Liz, this Cruz alliance with Kasich here, it's faced a lot of criticism. A lot of people have said that John Kasich hasn't even asked his supporters to go ahead and support Ted Cruz in Indiana. So, and yesterday watching them deliver some comments, Kasich seemed to be flippant about it. Cruz seemed to be more, this is do or die. I know that's sort of their styles, but what's your take?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've spent more time talking about the holes and the problems with the alliance than the alliance itself, and it's supposed to be them uniting against Trump, but they're not united.
They're not doing it.
Exactly. And the reports are that they didn't even talk to each other, and that it's all these campaign managers who are handling this. And it's really just feeding more into Trump's argument that we have a rigged system, right? And the collusion argument now that he can make and probably win voters with. Maybe people who would have supported Ted Cruz or would have supported Kasich might end up voting for Trump because they don't want to be part of this system that doesn't let them have a voice.
So listen, Mr. Trump was on Fox today, and he said that Hillary Clinton is playing the woman card. I don't know what that card is. You guys can maybe tell me what it is. But could that hurt him in the general?
Absolutely. I think this is just a glimpse of what we will see in the general if Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton go head to head, is him having these faux pas. I mean, saying he didn't just say that Hillary Clinton is playing the woman card. He said that's all that she has. When Hillary Clinton is one of the most,
she's probably one of the qualified.
Exactly. Like she's been Secretary of State. She's been in the White House. Like to say that about Hillary Clinton really shows that. It comes off as a very sexist kind of comment to make. So I think that it's gonna be the first of many sexist things that we're gonna probably hear him say about Hillary.
Sexism isn't new, though. Sexism, it's been for a lot of female candidates been running. It was certainly something she faced in 2008. That narrative hasn't changed. And there's a lot of, at the time, there were a lot more people in the media, a lot of anchors and commentators who were saying kind of the same thing, And Hillary actually probably learned her lesson because she expected women to come to her side, to be the first female president. I think there's some truth to that. This is the interesting thing about that comment. I don't think it's right? I don't think that, it's all she has. That's ridiculous. But he's basically saying she's going to pull the gender card. She's going to say that she really needs to be the first female president. That's not a strong enough argument for her to be president.
Well, has she ever really, and to play devil's advocate and to sort of, present both sides of the argument, by coming out and that point during the 2008 election where she sort of had a moment where she had a teary-eyed moment where she said what she was doing was really difficult, and that seemed to galvanize her campaign. A lot of people then pointed out and said, well, look, if a man did that, that would be a president crying would not be something that most people would go for. So is it, you can't have it both ways?
Correct. The reality, let's just talk straight here on CBSN. The reality is there is a bit of a double standard. That's not going to change. But kind of to your point, she can't run on that. Her lessons from 2008 2008 where she thought women would be there because it's such a momentous occasion for gender. And you had a lot of women saying, no, I like Barack Obama. He was a generational candidate. He was transformative. I liked his style. For them, it was not, the fact they were female was going to motivate their vote, just like ethnic solidarity. You think because African Americans are going to vote for African Americans or Latino for Latino. Otherwise, Ted Cruz would have all the Hispanic support, even from the Republican Hispanics. So I don't think that argument has a lot of merit. But what it is, again, is that whistle call to the Donald Trump supporters saying, look, here's Hillary Clinton again. She's going to pull that same kind of gender card. And it galvanizes his base. That's the kind of undercurrent that we're not paying attention to. Again, it mobilizes his people.
Something else that he said, I want both of you guys to weigh in on this. He said that Bernie Sanders has been treated terribly by the Democrats and that he should run as an independent. What kind of strategy is going on there, Liz?
Who knows what's going on anymore in Donald Trump's head. It does feel like and he talked about it after his win at the New York primary, actually. He did make a comment about Bernie Sanders and seems to be coming to his rescue or wants to sympathize with him. I'm not sure what that strategy is about. Maybe identifying with an outsider, quote unquote, even though Bernie Sanders has been in politics for a very long time, maybe does well for him. And again, this is what has worked so far and what he's going to probably keep doing.
It's not a realistic thing that can happen because of the challenges to get third party on every state and actually make it viable. However, it's a brilliant approach because it would split the Democratic vote, and that's basically what he's saying. It's a la 1992. Make him somebody different. He didn't really want to run in the Democratic Party anyway, but he saw that was his most feasible chance. Anything that pulls votes away from Hillary Clinton is basically where Donald Trump was aiming.
I mean, look, Bernie Sanders has been trailing in the polls. Hillary Clinton has something like more than 2 million votes than he does. She's got an enormous lead in the pledge delegates. Forget the super delegates, but let's talk just pledge delegates. If he doesn't do well in this go around, do you see him sticking around to the convention? Because he is raising a lot of money. People are still donating to his campaign. So presumably that would allow him to maintain an operation until the convention. But would he?
Sure, absolutely. Why would you step out now? You're raising tremendous money. You get a seat at the table, political power, political prowess, and you get to continue to position your issues on the forefront of the Democratic platform.
Liz, one last question. I mean, we've been talking about the disarray in the Republican Party, but in the Democratic Party, it hasn't been as big of an issue. But will Hillary Clinton be able to unite the party should she become the presumptive nominee? Will she be able to bring over those Bernie Sanders supporters? Will he tell his supporters to support her?
I think so. And I think, right now he just wants to be able to stay in the race. So, and her argument is, we do need to unite the party, and that's why you need to step out. So we'll have to see if that strategy works. But yeah, I absolutely. Every year, it happened during Hillary and Obama in 2008, where people were like, well, we're not even going to vote for Obama, and that didn't happen. So I think the party will unite, and especially with the chaos that's happening on the other side, Democrats are going to want to stand strong.
And presumably have a big moment at the convention, Senator Sanders, where if he doesn't
Nothing like an arranged marriage.
My favorite kind.
Enthusiastic.
Leslie Sanchez and Liz Plank, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.